Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Biafran Golden Child. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're hearing my voice from. Yes, once again, I think I must wish everybody a happy new year. And I pray that this year, 2025, brings all what you hope for yourself and for your family. I pray that this 2025, the good Lord will cause lines to fall into favorable places for you and yours. And this 2025, may we celebrate good and positive things about you and your highly esteemed family. Welcome to 2025. Welcome to the new year. God bless you all. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm highly elated once again to have the opportunity to interact with us. And for this morning's, audio, I want to comment on, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's visit to Enugu State. President Bola Ahmed visits to Enugu State. Yeah. Yeah, fellow Biafrans, good, well-meaning people of Biafra land, freedom lovers, and men of goodwill, and, peaceful lovers. I'm highly excited, yes, once again, to wish the Biafra, United States of Biafra, sovereign United States of Biafra, a right step, continuous right step in the right direction. Well, yes, since December 2nd, 2024, when the United States of Biafra was, redeclared by none other than, our former Chief of Staff, now Deputy Prime Minister, who held the stable, for our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, who is still undergoing, some interrogations with the Finnish authorities. Yes, first of all, before I go into my audio, I want to, bring to the awareness of all of us Biafrans, all of us, who have immense respect and regard for our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. I want to bring this good news to you. When he was arrested with four of his allies with him. I want to give you the breaking news today that two of those allies, two of those his arrested, and find our able Prime Minister, the indefatigable, highly cerebral, astute, and fearless Simon Ekpa, innocent of every charges. Of course, the Nigerian government has continued to, propagate different reasons, writing to the embassies, writing to the government of Finland to extradite him to come and face charges here. They have the Nigerian Chief of Army Staff, General Christopher Musa, has been quick to tell the whole Nigerians that it's just a matter of time, that they have concluded every requirement needed by Finnish authorities, to extradite Simon Ekpa. He told everybody it's just a matter of time. Ekpa will be released, to the Nigerian government. And we laugh to that. We laugh to that because we know the Finnish authorities cannot be bribed. We know they are a law-abiding set of, people in Europe. We know, of course, they know that Simon Ekpa is a Finnish citizen, even though he's a Nigerian. And they know that, of course, Nigeria has zero record of human rights tolerance and human rights promotions. They know, of course, that releasing Simon Ekpa, the Nigerian authorities, was a death sentence. Was synonymous to a death sentence. So, of course, Alexander Stubb, the president of Finland, will never be a party to that. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to commend the Finnish authorities who are so far doing a very, fast forwarding their investigations. So, welcome on board. Yes, just last few days, since the past 2 days, since Friday, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has commenced his visit to Enugu State. Enugu State, and he said he was starting a store of Nigerian states with Enugu State because he knows the very important role Enugu State plays in the history of the southeastern Nigeria, in the history of Nigeria. Yeah. So he said Enugu State is a place he wants to start his official tour within Nigeria. And so he has been there, commissioning different projects, commending the governor, Peter Mba, and eulogizing the administrative qualities and decisions and developmental decisions of the government of Peter Mba. Of course, we want to let Tinubu know, well, we appreciate his visit. I mean, the idea of coming to East is to maybe see what is happening there, maybe come himself and know whether he will exactly feel what the Biafrans have been complaining about. But Mr. President, sir, with all due respect, let me not deceive you. I don't want to deceive you. Going to Enugu or not going to Enugu will have no positive effects. Yes, it will have no positive effects because, of course, the people of Biafra are tired of this administration. Hashtag hardship administration. Hashtag clueless administration. Hashtag nepotism administration. Hashtag everything negative administration. So coming to Enugu, the heartland of the southeast, to come and begin to eulogize, to come and, praise and, jollificate with the governor of and people of Enugu State has no effect whatsoever. Whether you like it or not, Mr. President, the people of the southeastern region, the Biafrans, have a new country, and we are working assiduously every day and night, continuously and persistently, towards the full acceptance of the sovereign United States of Biafra, worldwide. Whether you know this or you don't know it, sir, with all due respect, we have international attorneys, we have distinguished legal practitioners, we have great men, goodwill people all over the world who are, as I speak to you, immensely and assiduously working to the promotion and to the total acceptance of the United States, sovereign United States of Biafra. And so coming to Enugu to, commend the governor, coming to Enugu to commission projects, thinking this would, make the Biafrans derail or make the people say, no, let us give Nigeria another chance, is a wasted effort. Yes, because Nigeria has failed us. Nigeria has failed the Igbos, has failed the Biafrans when we needed them most. Following the activities of 1966, 67, 68, 69, 70, when we thought Nigeria would have been very, very, magnanimous in victory. For General Gowon to have come out then and said, no victor, no vanquished. Everybody had expected that Nigeria would have extended a hand of fellowship sincerely, and with all, goodness of heart. But instead, what we saw was an immediate betrayal of the Igbo people, of the southeastern people, of the Biafrans. What did the government do? The same government who said no victor, no vanquished. The same government who came and brought out the 3 house, reconstruction, rehabilitation, and reconciliation. What did they do? Instantly, they gifted the Igbo man 20 pounds, no matter how much you had, no matter even if your bank account was overflowing, no matter how many children you had, no matter how business you once owned in Nigeria, you were given 20 pounds to survive in a very dismal economic post-war environment, post-war Nigeria. That was the highest level of wickedness. That was the highest level of, hatred. That was a clear-cut sign that there was pathological hatred for the Biafrans, for the Igbos, and they wanted to make sure they never came back from the war. They never came back from everything about that war with a good experience. It was meant, to turn them to social pariahs, to beggars, to nondescript people, to turn them to people without a future, people without a hope. Yes, this was what Nigeria did to to the Biafrans. This was what General Gowan and his advisors did to the Biafrans. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this visit, so-called visit by, this so-called visit by the president to Enugu State does not mean anything, to the average Biafran, because we have seen it all. Nigeria has shown us there's no hope for the Igbo man here. Nigeria has shown us continuously that we do not belong. Nigeria has made us realize that we can never aspire to anything of significance in Nigeria. Every election, what they consign the Igbo man to a third-class citizen. Of course, when they take the presidency, when they take the vice presidency, even the Senate presidency to give it to the Igbo man is always with a big reluctance. So what do you want us to aspire to? What do you want us to be happy about in the so-called Nigeria, in this country? There's nothing. So this so-called visit, state visit, official visit, official visit to is of no effect whatsoever. Yes, Nigeria has failed us. Since the beginning of 2024, there has been wide expectation, general expectation that our maximum leader Nnamdi Kanu would have been released. We saw governors coming out to talk about his release. We saw senators coming out to shout about his release. We saw ministers, even some of them claiming, to be speaking from the horse's mouth, claiming that the president would release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the, dungeon of the SSS. But what did they see? What did we see? We still saw to our dismay. We still saw to our chagrin. We still saw, unfortunately, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spent his fourth Christmas in the DSS dungeon under severe inhuman conditions, under despicable conditions, in a perilous environment which is, inimical to his health. 4 Christmases spent in detention. For a man who is a man of peace, for a man who has done no wrong, for a man who has not been convicted of any felony, for a man, that several justices have proclaimed to be free, to be let go. But beginning from the government of President Muhammad Buhari, who proscribed Biafra and called it an insurgency group, called it a militia group, called it a terrorist group, they have continued to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu captive. We thought when this man came in from the election that brought him in, we thought, of course, President Tinubu will mean well. So when most of the governors came out and told us, hey, brace up, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will soon be released. When the senators came up and told us, hello, your man will soon be released. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is on the verge of release. When our own sister, the Minister for State, for Foreign Affairs, our own delectable Bianco Juku came up and said, I heard it directly from the horse's mouth. Any moment from now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released. Of course, if you don't believe this, then what will you believe? We were all, in a mood of eureka. We were waiting to shout, wow. We were waiting to compliment even the so-called President Tinubu for doing the needful, doing what President Muhammad Buhari was afraid to do. We were all hoping that for the first time, Tinubu was going to make the Igbo man proud, was going to make the Biafran proud. But what did we get? Abysmal failure. Nothing was said about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nothing was done about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu eventually has spent his fourth Christmas in detention in the DSS, a dungeon. It's a very sad one, really. And so, what does he want to visit Enugu for? Has he forgotten? If he has, let us remind him. If President Tinubu has forgotten, let us remind him that Enugu State was the first capital of, the Biafra, the Eastern region. This is the place, where the Igbo man, has everything, everything that was something in this country. It was the first capital of Biafra before we moved on to other states. So let me tell you, Mr. President, Enugu holds a very special significance to Biafra and to Biafra land. There is nothing you will achieve. There's nothing you will gain from going to Enugu to commission. There's nothing you will achieve going to Enugu to commission projects by a Biafran governor, by a Southeast governor. These are projects he's doing in Biafra land. And Biafra, Enugu State is part of Biafra land. Enugu State is one of the 40 states of the United States of Biafra. Sovereign United States of Biafra. So sorry, there's nothing you can do. Our mind is out of Nigeria. Our blood is out of Nigeria. When we breathe now, we breathe Biafra. We breathe the United States of Biafra. We breathe the sovereign United States of Biafra. No longer shall we be hoodwinked. No longer shall we be subjugated. No longer shall Nigeria trample on our rights and privileges. No longer will Nigeria in any way try to, in any way whatsoever, try, to undermine our progress. They will never succeed anymore. They cannot, stunt our growth. Nigeria has given us a stunted growth. Just the same way they killed a lot of our children, giving them because of malnutrition, because they closed the land, sea, and airports and prevented any help from coming. There was no protein. Of course, people could not eat. There were no medicines. Children died of kwashiorkor. Over 4 million children died of kwashiorkor. The aged, the sick, all died because there was no medicine. Nigeria has continued to betray us. So going to Enugu State, President Tinubu's visit to Enugu will serve no effect. It has nothing to offer the Igbo man. Our mind is made up. Our mind is made up. We belong to the United States, sovereign state of Biafra. No going back on that, motion and, mission. Yes, that's where we are. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it's very important that we begin to realize that, of course, everything will be done. Since the redeclaration of the United States of Biafra, we must let ourselves know. We must tell ourselves the truth. This president, this government, this junta, hashtag, hardship government, clueless government, hashtag poverty government. This man who has come in and all his appointments are his kit and kin, nepotism of the highest order. Just the same way PMB, President Muhammad Buhari did his own, appointed all of his brothers to every key position, including all the judicial, criminal forces, That is what this man has done. Only his brothers, only his kith and kin, only his in-laws, only his, cousins are the ones he's appointing to positions of authority, and left the Igbo man, to, continue to remain in the dark. We don't have any business with President Muhammad Tinubu. It's just a matter of time. We're counting our days. Actions are ongoing. Yes, actions are ongoing. Advocacy is ongoing. Yes, the United States of Biafra has been redeclared. Yes, following the first declaration in 1967 by none other than our late General Emeka Odumegwu Ojukwu. Yes, who was our Biafran warlord. It has been redeclared by none other, that Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, the Deputy Prime Minister. Yes, we are waiting. Our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is still under investigation. Yes, we are happy now that 2 of the people who were arrested with him have been released, which means, of course, the Finnish authorities are fast-forwarding the whole thing and gradually coming to their senses. They have seen that what Nigeria was shouting, crucify him, extradite him. They were only engaging in a, self-pity and clowning. Because, of course, Simon Ekpa, our able Prime Minister, is a man of peace. He's not guilty of any felon, just like our Muslim leader, Nnamdi Kanu. Whoever is holding him, is holding him unjustly. And that is what the Finnish authorities know. They know Nigeria has a zero record for human rights, and that their record for human rights abuses is one of the highest in the world. They will never, extradite, a Finnish citizen, given the dual nationality, back to Nigeria. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, let's leave all the, hula ballo. Let's leave all the razzmatazz about President Bola Tinubu's visit to Enugu. Let's leave all the press coverages. He has bought all the press. Every other place, they are eulogizing him. They are giving him great ovations. But that's where it ends. It's just a matter of time. Biafra, United States of Biafra, sovereign United States of Biafra will be fully and permanently engraved in the Committee of Nations of this world, of this continent. Yes, just a matter of time. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I still welcome you to a brand new year. This is 2025. Already, our United States of Biafra has been redeclared a sovereign nation since the 2nd of December 2024, and we are moving steadily up. Today is the sixth day of January 2025, and the year that just started like yesterday has already started running, has already started moving, and so we are confident it's just a matter of time before we all come out and once again, raise the flag, the beautiful, the highly dignified flag, the majestic flag of Biafra, where we shall come and sing the Biafra anthem once and for all, and fully celebrate the new country the world has just witnessed its birth. Ladies and gentlemen, visit or no visit by the president to Enugu State will serve no effect whatsoever. Whatever our governors are doing in the southeast, they are doing it because they believe that is what they ought to do. They believe that is the right thing to do. They don't need anybody to clap for them. We have passed the stage of dancing so that somebody will clap for us. We have passed the stage of clowning so that somebody will throw coins to us. That's what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came to do to Peter Mba. How can you clap for a man who is a leader? How can you clap for a man who remembers what happened to his people? I mean, between 1966, 67, 68, 69, 70. Peter Mba knows what happened to his people. He knows how he lost his uncles. You know how many of our forebears were killed in an unnecessary and wicked, perfidious manner. Peter Mba is a Biafran. He knows why, our late General Ojukwu, declared the United States of Biafra in 1967. He knows why he told go on Aburi we stand, no going back. Either you accept Aburi or not. We must be respected as a people. The Southeast, the Biafrans must be treated as human beings. He knows. He remembers what happened to his people. He remembers the Kwashoko that killed several children. Yes, at the watch of General Yakubu Gowon, at the watch of England, at the watch of most big forces in the world. They watch our youths, our children die of starvation, died of poverty, died for lack of protein, developing protruding tummies with massive heads and dying anyhow. They watch our sick and elderly die because there was no provision of medicines. The seaports were blocked, the airports were blocked, and of course the lands was full of landmines, fighter jets, guns, and all kinds of munitions. How could people have survived? Peter Mba is a student of history, and he knows that any time any Nigerian president visits the Southeast, what they come to do is to mock us, to deceive us, to find out whether we are still living. Are they still surviving? They're asking themselves, so these people have not learned. They not learned anything? They want to spy on you, Peter Mba. Anytime the president of this country of Nigeria visits you, he's coming with people to spy. Find out where the oil resources are. Find out where the natural resources are. Find out what they can come and steal and pillage from your state. That's what they do. This is the highest corrupt country in the world. A country that was described as fantastically corrupt by a former British Prime Minister. A country that was described as a shithole, worse than a shithole, by an incoming former former president of America, incoming president of America, Donald Trump, described Nigeria as worse than a shithole, and its president then, President Muhammadu Buhari, as worse, than a dunderhead. So it's just unfortunate that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has suddenly, taken it upon himself just a few weeks, just a month after the successful redeclaration of the sovereign state of Biafra, to come down to Southeast, to begin the Southeast tour of Nigeria from the Southeast, with a view to finding out how they can manipulate the Biafra land even more. But of course, we keep saying in Biafra, we keep saying in Biafra land, we keep saying in the United States of Biafra that we call a spade, not an agricultural instrument. We still tell them we are not ignorant of the devices of the enemy. We still let them know, yes, any day, anytime, we are ready. We are ready. We remember our past. We remember where the rain started beating us. And so we know where it stopped. We cannot forget our history. Nigerians have treated us with the highest level of wickedness. Nigerians have treated us with the highest level of acrimony. Nigerians, at a point, almost colossally deleted the whole Biafrans. They almost eliminated Biafrans from the geographical region called Nigeria. And so we are happy that we have our redeclaration. We are happy we have our able leadership with our Deputy Prime Minister who is holding sway. Now Dr. Ngozi Arabweze, who is holding sway for none other than our able Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoku, who I believe will soon again be with us, soon again come to superintend affairs in this honorable, sovereign United States of Biafra. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us not be ignorant of the devices of the enemy. Let nobody come between us. Let nobody deceive us. We don't need any accolades. We don't need ovation from our enemies. We don't need praises from those who put us in a perpetual condition of subjugation. We don't need President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to come and commend a government and a governor in Southeast, in the Biafra land. He is doing what he's doing because it's a Biafran. In Biafra, there's zero tolerance for bad governance. In Biafra land, there's zero tolerance for hardship, bad governance. In Biafra, there's no corruption. In Biafra, we look forward to establishing every necessary developmental projects and tendencies that will bring for peace, that will bring for regional development, that will bring for growth, that will bring for progress, that will give its people the dividends of democracy. Ladies and gentlemen, Bola Ahmed Tinubu's visit to Enugu will not deceive us. We are not deceived. We know where we are. We know where we belong. Our mind has left Nigeria long ago. And since the 2nd December 2024, with the declaration of the United States, sovereign United States of Biafra, our minds is in Biafra land, in the 40 states of Biafra land. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Look forward to having another audio with you soonest. I'd like to interact with you. Interact with me. Let's move forward. Forward ever, backward never. God bless you all. God bless the sovereign United States of Biafra. Thank you and God bless.
Biafra must be restored, for there is nothing the enemies can do about it. You brought Biafra that light may come into Africa. You gave us hope because we are in a continent of hopelessness. And by thy grace, Biafra shall be restored. We shall be resurrected. We shall crown our efforts with the glory by the grace of the Most High Himself. We are not strong. We do not pretend to be strong. All we do is to submit ourselves to your will, that your will may be done upon our lives. We have lost many people. We have lost so many good people. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten. We shall honor them, and for their sake Biafra will come. Because we are wandering all over the world, hoping against every hope that things will turn around for the better. It has never turned around for the better. Instead, it is getting worse. Please do not abandon your children. You have given us a commission, and we must accomplish it in our lifetime. Our enemies are equally important because they must listen. Those who do not love the truth must listen. Those who are beholden to darkness, they must also listen. For we are here to bring light upon a very darkened continent without Biafra. Africa is nothing without Biafra. There is no difference between a black man and a wild animal in the forest. We say with every ounce of conviction. I welcome each and every one of you. If you're joining us for the very first time, this is Radio Biafra. This is how we do it. We magnify the name of the Most High before we do anything. That is why we are exceptionally formidable. That is why